I'm going to introduce our first speaker. We have Baris from Turkey. And Baris is a person, when I was asking who can give a keynote at Selenium Conf, basically many people recommended Baris. So one of the main persons was Wim Celis, but I'm sure Baris is going to give a really good keynote and is going to leave us energized with many things. With over 20 years of experience in the field, please welcome.
I think I will use it, yes. Just need half a minute to be ready for you. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so welcome and thank you for the organization team to invite me here. You can count me as an outsider. It doesn't mean that I don't like Selenium Appium, using it extensively with my teams, with people. I'm consulting and doing projects with those nice solutions for many years. But still, you know, I had a respect to people who are contributing a lot to the idea, to the ecosystem, attending all the conferences, all the occasions, let me say. I think I have a lot of respect to those. So, yeah, my name is Baris. Trying to do some reflections on quantum physics, which I love a lot. So I think in my early secondary school days, I had a newspaper, and the title was "Light is a Wave or a Particle." It attracted me a lot. So until that moment, I thought that it looks like a wave, but also it could bounce from different places or could not penetrate from different surfaces. So I thought that it could also be a particle. So that is how my curiosity started with quantum physics. And yeah, let us talk about what we have. So yeah, thanks to Diego for introducing me. This is who I am, live in Istanbul, in Turkey. So 24 years in the field. Being involved in many different projects, trying to also author books in my own experience, of course. So this one is the last one, which is influenced from Leonardo da Vinci, a very interdisciplinary person that I admire a lot. So, yeah, and also some children's books. In the pandemic era, I wrote them. So I couldn't find anyone to transform, or no one was consulting me but my kids. So try to gamify all those things, including agile, automation, object-oriented programming, artificial intelligence, and those kind of things. And now the time comes to publish them. So, yes, this is, you know, a heavy duty for me to do the opening keynote for this session, telling you. I have a lot of respect to everyone working for this ecosystem to be here. I know many names, but some people are new to me. So let me start like a keynote. Let me give you some stats, figures, what happens in the current era of software testing. So I of course, try to read many different reports, try to understand how it evolves, our proficiency. So currently there are, based on the World Economic Forum, there are more than 30 million developers. There are more than 8 million testers worldwide, which could make it, if it was a country, it would be around 120th country based on the population. And if you look at how big also the automation engineers, I think we have lots of test automation people here, don't want to call themselves testers, yeah? You don't want to call yourself a tester or not? No. Okay. I like it. So being a tester is okay for me, but yeah, maybe not for everyone. They try to call themselves software developer, development engineer in test architect, crazy names, you know, very nice and fancy. QA, why not? Maybe fancier than tester. So for my sessions, I did a keynote 10 years ago. The slogan, the motto of the talk was, "Life is a test, every human a tester," was my motto. That is why we name our company as Tester U, because we try to tell people that you are already testers, and testing is maybe one of the oldest skills that we have. When we were born with those skills embedded into our DNA. We control things, we check things, we are being tested by many people. You know, my wife always comes to me, "Do you love me?" "Yes." "Yeah, I need to test it, so do this for me." From time to time, I fail to do those things, but again, you can test feelings, you can test emotions, you can test basically everything. So testability is all around us, am I right? So, okay, very nice. Total project cost, if you ask me, I would say half goes to testing, but project managers, they never accept it. They try to push it low, but yeah, in the end, it turns out to be that 50% goes to testing, which is very good for us. It grows heavily, $60+ billion business, which is nice. Okay, from those fiscal things, economical things, we are sick of those. Yeah, we don't like it. But in the end, you know, our job is safe, which is good. So we can remain here, which is nice. Also, companies, they do suffer from bugs. You know it. So the top companies, the top lists, so you see that they have outages, they have bugs, and based on those bugs, maybe 10% of their revenue goes, which is good. Which is good for us, unfortunately, yeah. So I don't think that you are dreaming of a world without bugs, am I right? So we love bugs, of course. That is why we are here, so basically. Okay, risks. There is no zero risk, am I right? We love risks. Okay. We wish that, yeah, those messy things would continue. Okay. About automation testing, we have some figures. Yeah, okay. It is like 15 years ago, agile, you know. When you ask a person, do you do agile? They say, yeah, because, you know, how can they say, yeah, no, we are doing waterfall or a sequential stuff. It should be ashamed of, you know. Everyone says, yes, we do. Automation is the same. So if you ask it to a test team, do you do automation? Reply comes, yes, we do. Why? I don't know. Because I can. Maybe because I can, maybe not. Maybe they are, you know, measuring the return on investment, maybe not. Yeah, I will talk about those. Okay. AI-powered solutions, we love them. More than half of the teams are trying to use them. I think you also use them. Try to push AI into your lives, yes. But today, I'm not going to talk about how we can use AI in our lives. The more I'm going to talk about how can I test AI with the current deterministic test automation. That is, I think, the empty part. The other part, we solved it. Okay, very nice. Gen AI solutions, we are using those AI agents, Copilot, Gemini, whatever cloud you are using, you use them. How do you feel about bugs? Do we have better software with AI augmentation? I don't know, how do you feel about it? So do we have better quality? Because the human being is not doing the coding entirely, but some parts are coming from AI. Would it make it better? I don't know. But people have a tendency to say yes to this question. because we have automation bias, you know, that is also related to automation. I'm going to talk about those. Okay, very nice. Teams are not that mature. We try to find more time in testing still. Still people are putting pressure on us based on timing. And this is our world. So, yeah. Digitalizing like hell, am I right? So no one could stop it. So we are not only digitizing ourselves and our systems, we are changing their nature. You all know it. You are very technical people, so I don't need to tell you what a deterministic system is, but we are going very fast to the probabilistic world. It means that, yeah, until now, as testers, we are more black and white, am I right? Pass, fail, I don't know. But in a probabilistic system, maybe this is not the case. Maybe there comes a new question. What is your confidence on the system? So tell me your confidence on the system, not tell me that this amount of tests are passing, this amount of tests are failing. Maybe that is not fitting to the probabilistic world. Okay, so I don't know if you love or like or follow those international standards. Do you do? You need to do until some extent. Don't, you know, kill yourself with international standards, but they are international standards. ISO 25010, it says a software should be functional, should be compatible, should be efficient, should be reliable, should be secure, should be portable, blah, blah, blah. So many things we were testing until now. But now we need to test more things. And that is why there is a new standard, global standard, 25059. So I wish everyone would read those and see that our expectations from an AI software, AI system is different. Not only these are valid, these are still valid, but not enough to cover the whole quality characteristics. You need to test transparency, explainability, interpretability, bias, ethics, those kind of things. So before, yeah, just very recently, until AI, you know, we had an expected outcome. If it is there, we are okay. Now, we need to check the way. How did the outcome come up? Maybe it has some side effects. Maybe it is violating some ethical codes. I don't know. So that is going to make automation, test automation different. So in my own lens, of course, I see a world that is changing like you. So in my own experience, what are the problems in my daily life? How I can, you know, consolidate them for you? These are the things. So we are automating the flows, but I don't think we are really good at understanding or, you know, managing uncertainty. We are not there yet, if you ask me. We are measuring, you know, coverage. People love those metrics. So the very first question comes, what is your coverage? What is the test coverage? Those kind of things. But, you know, it doesn't tell you anything about the confidence, anything about the risks, anything about the value of the things you are covering. Am I right? So that is, I think, a big problem in the test automation world. Also, our automation grows like hell in many projects, but our understanding, you know, why do we do testing? Why do we automate testing? Not just to accelerate, am I right? Or not to have more and more test cases, but to have a better understanding of a software, of a system, which is not there yet, running thousands of tests, but, you know, still when the time comes to deploy it to the production, still people are getting confused. Am I right? Yeah. Are we really confident on this release or not? Yeah, but you are running tests like hell. 20,000 scripts you have. Still you are not confident. Yes, I am not. I don't know. You know, test is an infinite journey. You know it. So, yeah, still we are detecting failures late. Still, I think we report defects just to fix them, not to miss them. But we don't have enough understanding from the bugs. I don't think that we spend enough time on understanding the bugs. Bugs are not reported just to be fixed. They are reported to be analyzed, to be understood by you, so that where are the risk areas and what you need to do and what you need to cover and whatever. So, okay, parallel execution, very nice. What will happen in the production? So that is why we are doing lots of testing in production. Normally we don't do that much testing in production. Maybe it's not good. Yeah, I don't know. Dangerous. Maybe could be against some legislation. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. CI/CD, we love those things. DevOps, I love it. But I don't know. Maybe that speed to deploy everything to production in 10 seconds or under 10 seconds, maybe we are compromising on the quality thinking. What do you think? So speed, quality, they are not going towards the same direction. So they are challenging each other. So when you push a lot of, you push your boundaries on being fast, then you compromise on the quality perspective. That is for sure. That is for everywhere. Yes, automation frameworks are evolving, but system complexity evolves faster than automation frameworks. Okay, so, yeah, not to make you get bored, but testers are getting bored quite easily. Boredom is a big part of our brain. Are you getting bored with what you do? I don't know, yeah. From time to time, I have this. Okay, people ask me, I'm invited to several panels and several national TV programs, and they ask me, what are the top 3 skills? Come on, so top 3 skills is so small, am I right? Top 3, top 5, top 10, I don't know. But if you ask me to cope with those problems in a solid way, you need to apply a good strategy that is telling you that, yeah, you need to get along well with uncertainty first, and you need to look at the production behavior, and you need to have a big target, but you need to test small. That is simplicity in testing, which you can never achieve if you don't set it as a target. Simplicity is inorganic. You need to desire it badly so that you would achieve simplicity. Then, otherwise, you end up sophistication, you end up complexity, and so on, so forth. So, yes, and our skills. Our skill set is enhancing. For me, one of the most important ones of those skills would be selling automation to other people, not to take it as our job. So you need to sell test automation to other people around you. Other people means developers, other, data scientists, data engineers. If you have system engineers, I don't know. Yeah, we need to sell it. And on the solution part, I think you are following the latest trends a lot. I'm going to talk about those a little bit, but yeah, okay. We are heavily using AI in testing. It means that it helps a lot in our testing. So we want to do smart execution. We want to generate better test cases. We want to design better test cases. We want to have a better run. We want our, solution to track the bugs in an intelligent way. Yes. But how about testing AI systems? Okay. So from that perspective, I find those 2 ecosystems which are interconnected very useful and very meaningful. And this, I think, community is one of the most respectful communities because, they are tied together. They follow, okay, there are many solutions are coming up and going, so new things are coming, but still holding on to the value, which is very good. I find it very nice. Okay, one of the most mature solutions we have. I don't want to get anyone offended, In the end, you will find me in the hallway. So how can I say this is not, feasible in Selenium? Of course, everything is feasible with Selenium. We love it. We love Appium also. So these are my conclusions, let me say, from our own experience. Yes. I think you are all familiar with those. You are living with those things. But challenges are ahead. One big challenge is not that our UIs are changing dynamically. We have some front-end rendering stuff, the timing and racing conditions, the resources and so on. There are so many things, fragmentation, yes, we know. But the most important thing for me for today, why I put the title quantum, is AI should be tested. An AI system should be tested in a different way. So how can we cover that aspect as well? Okay, we need to hold on to our foundations. We are powerful in some areas, but we need to evolve in other directions, not only using AI in our solution, but also having the capability to test AI. Test an AI system is a different mindset. So that is why, you know, today and in this talk, with my remaining time, I'm going to talk a little bit about quantum physics and how can I find reflections on test automation. It means next generation automation. So, okay, if then else, we love those things, very crystal clear. We are really good at fighting with those stuff, yes, but on the new world, you know, you have more confidence engineering. You have more probabilistic outcomes. So how do we cope with those things? Adaptive intelligence, those kind of things. So now I'm going to talk about, of course, in quantum physics, there are many principles. The ones that are very meaningful to me, I put them here. I think some of those principles you already know. And how do we relate them to the next generation automation? How can those principles trigger us to think in a different way so that we are more powerful in the next chapter, let me say. Okay, the first one, superposition. Do you know what superposition is? So quantum superposition says, you know, a particle could exist in multiple states. In the classical physics, we don't have it. So if a particle spins upwards, it could not at the same time spin downwards, am I right? Or if it spins clockwise, at the same time, it could not spin counterclockwise, am I right? If the table is wet, I don't know, it cannot be dry at the same time. If you are sleeping, you cannot be awake at the same time. So, yeah. But in quantum, it could happen. So, what about AI? Don't you think that it is like quantum, so that you would never know about the current state of a product, of an AI product, because it could have multiple states. You would never know what kind of dynamics, what kind of outcome would be coming to you, of course, unless you do some measurement. So if you measure a particle which is in the superposition state, it ends up in a single state. So that is what we do with AI. AI is, you know, very powerfully having superposition. AI is from this perspective, it fits perfectly to the quantum world. Second, entanglement. You know what entanglement means? So it means that some particles, if they are entangled, a change in state in one particle directly affects another the other particle, could be millions of lights of years away from that particle, but it doesn't matter. But in classical world, you know, you have the distance, the most speed is the speed of light, and you need to calculate it, and if this changes state, the other particle should wait for a while to change the state. But how do you feel about AI systems? Don't you think that they are very interconnected? Not only the machine learning model you use, the data that is flowing to the system, the sensors, any kind of data source you are using, also they are very interconnected, and they are systems of systems. AI system is not a standalone system. They are working in a topology together with other systems, so it means that they are very interconnected, and one problem in some area would pop up in other areas instantly. One failure in some area would be, you know, they are very, let me say, coupled. That is what we are against of, am I right? We want low coupling in software development. But those systems are tightly coupled, which makes them entangled. They are entangled systems. Okay, third, You know it, Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It means that you would never be certain about the exact position and momentum of a particle at the same time. It means that if you know the exact position, then you would never know the exact momentum. If you know the exact momentum, you would never know the exact position. Okay, this is Heisenberg. You know, there was a conference, Heisenbug. We have this terminology. I don't know, it is not an official terminology for us. Heisenbug is like a bug which disappears when you try to understand it, pinpoint it. When you try to do troubleshooting, that bug is not there. That happens to me a lot, you know. Okay, so it is intermittent. I don't know, I cannot have it, but think of AI systems. Also, you know, in an AI system, those deterministic predictability is, you know, is on another level. So it means that maybe instead of being absolute and very certain about some facts, we need to be pushing ourselves on the confidence engineering part. How confident I am instead of true or false or pass or fail. That is because that is the Heisenberg kind of a product, which is uncertain at all. So fourth one, like it very much. Our life is, you know, full of measurement, full of observation. We try to measure things, yes, but there is a problem in quantum. It says that, you know, when you measure a quantum system and the state of this quantum system is uncertain, then it could get into a single measurable outcome, it says, in the measurement problem. So what do we have in testing? In test automation, we measure many things. So maybe this measurement, if you measure an AI system, what would happen to that system? What do you think? Can it shape its own behavior because of the measurement? What do you think? Normally, if it's a deterministic system, it would stay the same. But if you are measuring and testing an AI system and you do it one after each other and repeatedly, you are shaping an AI system's behavior, am I right? So it will change its behavior because of this execution. Hope that you got my point here. So that is thinking on another level. That triggers us to think, you know, differently at least. Also, we have the Zeno effect. So it means that if you over-measure a system, you could prevent it to be improved. So it means that if you, how can I reflect it to the testing world in the next generation chapter? So if you test the system more and more extensively on a with a specific purpose and with a specific scope, do you also think that it could also prevent this system to improve in some specific direction? So it means that if you push system on the reliability side or on the security side more and more and more, maybe from the efficiency part, you are preventing the system to improve because your focus is only on the security. You got my point, am I right? So if you do over security testing, maybe you are preventing a system to improve on the efficiency performance part, or maybe in the usability part. So that is the trade-off with testing, especially in the new world. And finally, my favorite, of course, entropy. You know, disorder grows with time. Am I right? So disorder, you know, you will never see a sand castle happening on the beach, am I right? On its own. It will never happen. Because, you know, this sand is very happy when it is disordered, am I right? Is very happy. When there is chaos in the beach, it is the happiest time for this sand to be. So with the time is going for one direction. It's unidirectional, one directional. It means that it could not go back for many scientists. I believe on that. So Back to the Future, whatever, the guys go back and, introduce his mother to his father, which could not happening based on the Newton law, cause effect. You cannot be there before your, mother and father is not knowing each other. You know what they do after they know each other to have you on board. But yeah, if those things are not happening, again, is against those classical physics laws. But entropy, don't you think that it goes like hell? It is very fastly we have disorder in those AI systems. Don't you think? Okay, so again, AI systems are not simplifying. They are not becoming easier. So they are, with an entropy, their disorder is more and more and more, so that we need to focus on those. Okay, so finally, I think I have time. So try to fit my original time. I took it a little bit late, but I am a very kind person. So yeah, that is why I try to give it back to you at 10. So last 5 minutes. So yeah, everyone is drafting some methodology manifesto. Why not me? I ask it to my wife. So yeah, manifesto, those kinds of things. No. It says, yeah, no one cares about what you do, You can do it, but yeah. Okay, do it. Yeah. This is my temple for test automation. People like to see those posters, see everything in a minute, because we are living in an impatient world. Am I right? So people really don't have patience to watch a film, even watch a short video, 10 minutes. No, just shorts. Yeah. So that is why some new productions are coming to Netflix, which are 9:16, not 16:9, but so they are vertical videos are coming to. So within a series, a season is made up of 150, episodes, which are around 50 seconds each. So 50 seconds would be the episode. I go back to Game of Thrones days, where the scenario is like crazy. All the characters, are very, very detailed. Now we are moving to a more, how can I say? I don't know. It's not good, yeah? To make everything very narrow, I don't know, shallow, not narrow. Okay, yeah. Okay, temple, first level, culture. Of course, you need to sell it. That is why, not based on specific entity, there are around 1.5 million certified testers worldwide, getting certifications in different domains, different areas, with different organizations. So why? We do it for common understanding, common language. We don't say people that if you are not certified, you are not good at testing. No. We try to push a common understanding. That is important. Then comes your automation strategy. Then comes your architecture. Then comes the tools. Then comes the standards. Of course, you need to keep an eye on the standards, because they are also showing a way to you. And then comes your data, which would be also intelligent. Then comes your environments. I told you in AI, they are not supporting us anymore. They are the testing themselves. So what about the testware? All the test artifacts and assets, they are also one level on the roof. And finally, of course, we want to make everything intelligently. So with AI augmentation and those kind of things, so we are creating our temple. And when we get into the temple, on the wall, there are principles, of course. So this is the end of the story. First, automation, yes, is a confidence engine, not a script factory. That is what I see and what I suffer a lot. So that is my recommendation first. Second, yes, automation is not owned by test automation people who doesn't want to call themselves testers, but okay, still you are very nice people, but okay, this is not yours only, you know. Automation is for everyone. You need to know it and you need to sell it. Certainty, we know that it is an illusion. And deterministic automation no more is. It is currently and in the near future would be an hallucination, for sure. Deterministic automation, don't expect it. Of course, coverage is nice. We love it, but it is not measuring confidence. You need to know it. Automation is continuous. It doesn't mean, it means that you need to do it everywhere, with every occasion, if it is really needed and creating value. But you need to know that, you know, test is an infinite journey, but automation is not infinite. You need to keep it finite. You need to keep your sources there, and it accelerates, but currently we are doing the judgment. We are doing the interpretation. That is why we tend to say that human in the loop. Maybe because these are our last days to be in the loop, you know? We try to find fancy words for ourselves. Human in the loop testing, oh my God, yeah. I don't know, maybe in the near future you don't need a human to be in the loop, which is very error-prone, crazy, emotional, intuitive. Yeah, why not? Keep it out of the loop. Maybe, I don't know. But we try to feel ourselves useful, am I right? So that is what we need to do. A little bit fighting to AI. Try to show AI that we are smarter. But again, yeah, this will pass. For sure. Yes, modern automation is, for me, it is a good automation if it can manage probability, not only true, false. It is like we call it many-valued logic, or could be also covering the fuzzy logic part, where your outcome is not 0, 1. Okay. Testability, I told you, is a life concern, not only a systems concern, not only an automation concern, not only a test automation enabler. It is a life concern. And of course, you know, all those measurements, we are crazily measuring everything, you know it. Why do we do that? I don't know. People they want to be happy, am I right? With the measurement. Something they put on a dashboard or a PowerPoint slide, they want to be happy with this metric. So, but that is not the purpose of measurement. Purpose of measurement is to be unhappy, to be a little bit stressed, to see where am I lacking and what is missing in the picture and what is the area for us to improve ourselves. That is not very comfortable. Measurement, if it is very comfortable, it doesn't gives you anything. It is not purposeful, if you ask me. It should be stressful a little bit. It should be triggering you to change. If it is just comforting you with very nice numbers, what is the point there? So, yes. And quality, you know, measuring it like hell, and in the end, the user downloads your application and says it is shitty, you know. This is the final report you get. That will be the final quality assessment. So you need to also keep an eye on that with those dashboards and numbers and everything. Okay. So Interstellar is a nice film. Do you love it? Interstellar is very nice. Is my favorite. And this person is a very good person. You know, you remember Professor Brand, the guy is on the, you know, they are trying to find a new colony. They try to do space exploration to find a better place than Earth, whatever. And that is what he said. And I think which is fully fitting to our proficiency. So when you think of test automation, so since when we are doing it? I don't know. Late 90s, maybe 2000, early 2000, I don't know. But still, we are finding new things and discovering new areas, and that will be continuing. So until now, maybe, you know, we just covered less than 1% of our capability, so that would be coming up. That's all. Thank you for being here, and yeah, let's see what will happen. Thank you.